One serious question, Chelsea fans. What's the difference in this Chelsea performance and today's Chelsea performance? Absolutely none. Pathetic display against another counterplay style team, and we didn't learn from the West Ham game. And I think there will time soon enough when Chelsea fans will start to turn on Pochettino and will ask for him to be sacked. But talks aside, let's take a look at how Steve Cooper's Forest outclassed Chelsea. So again, Pochettino deployed same lineup that started Luton game. Caicedo, Gallagher as a double pivot. Chelsea as usual had their three at the back build up, where Gusto moved more up on that right hand side. And for this setup, Forest opted a low block, which was pretty much a 5-4-1. One key change in this Chelsea system was, in compared to Luton game, was Enzo positioning. Enzo operated more on that left hand side in the Luton game. But in today's game, till the first half, Enzo operated more freely in between the lines and mostly on that right hand side of the midfield. And these movements were pretty much logical from Fernandes, as Forest were keeping a compact low block and there was a midfield 4 to outnumber Chelsea's 3. So it makes sense from Fernandes' movements to make space from him. And as time and time again, Enzo would come to that right hand side to link up with Sterling and Gusto. But Enzo alone drifting and moving on the either sides made much easier for Forest low block to defend, and here is why. As you know, in the first half there was a double pivot of Caicedo and Gallagher, so that means those two would not go forward. That means by keeping low block and nullifying Chelsea's plan to play from the centre, Forest also tried to gain numerical superiority in wide areas too. Look at this pick here, 2v3, and not only 2, it's 1v2, and it's just a basic example. Look at this clip here again, 2v3, and look at this left hand side, even here it's a 2v2. My question is, does Chilwell has the ability to take players 1v1? No, because he is not a natural winger, so it's a good limitation from Forest. By this, they prevented most of Chelsea's attack. Now of course we will look at how Pochettino made some tactical changes in second half to counter this situation, but before that let's take a look at biggest problem, that is Chilwell's positioning. So we all know that from start of the season Pochettino is using Chilwell on that left wing position, but I think this is a problem, and it all came down to this Forest game. It's all okay when Colwill finds Chilwell with his passing range, but it all has become too predictable now. As now teams just had to be aware of his runs and then block him to cross, and that's it. Chilwell does not possess a real threat on that left wing, just a cross, and he doesn't take on players 1v1. So I think as soon as Pochettino stops using Chilwell as a left winger, it's a good sign for Chelsea. But now let's take a look at it, what Pochettino did to counter Nottingham Forest's strategy. So for the second half, Pochettino shifted Gallagher more up, so to nullify those wide overloads from Forest and add one more attacking player. And this structure made a classic 4-3-3 with Caicedo being the single pivot, and it actually exposed him sometimes, either Forest goal or even when he was losing the ball. Look at how many players of Forest were there on the counter. And as I told you all, the Chilwell on being as a left winger possessing no threat, Pochettino identified that problem and brought on Palmer and Madueke and shifted Sterling to left wing, Palmer as a right attacking midfielder and Madueke on that right wing. The system and formation was actually the same 4-3-3, and Forest were happy to keep that low block. Enzo dropped deep to receive and play because of that compact low block, and then substitution after substitution, attacking players coming on, and once again Chelsea looked like a clueless team. Pathetic, disgraceful, whatever you may like to call, but Pochettino needs to stop experiments now and play the right players in their natural position and get into a back four system, which all the preseason he focused on. And last but not the least, have an attacking plan against a team possessing low block. And it's kind of funny that how we spam crosses, knowing we don't possess that aerial threat up front. West Ham and Forest are currently the best team in Premier League in winning aerial duels. We need to have a plan even after conceding, and West Ham and Forest game can be enough games to learn. But what did you make of this terrible performance? And can Chelsea finish top 4 this season? Comment below. And if you haven't checked out Chelsea's previous game analysis, go check it out.